You have probably stayed the night in one of Skyrim's settlements or mining communities. There are Stonehills in Hjalmark, Darkwater Crossing and Kynesgrove in East March, Karthwasten in the Reach, and Shor in the Rift. They are good places to stay a while between adventuring, and they usually contain some interesting people and small quests. But the settlements are quite small and sometimes leave you wanting more. Expanded Towns and Cities by missjennabee does just what they desperately need. It adds a couple of more buildings and NPCs, and by result, makes the communities feel more alive and realistic. It is out for Old Room and Special Edition both, but it looks like the in-progress SE version is way more advanced. I'll be sure to review it once I get around to modding Special Edition, but we're going with the Old Room version today. And as you can hear from the mod title, it overhauls all the towns and cities. But because I am way too attached to JK Skyrim, we are only looking at how it changes the smaller communities today. I would especially recommend this mod if you like to play with other immersion mods like Frostfall or Bathing in Skyrim. Okay, let's see how Expanded Towns and Cities affects these places. First we're looking at Stonehills, which is located east from Morthal. Thane Brawling of Solitude owns the settlement, and from what I hear from the workers, it sounds like she's a tough boss to have.
I'm sure she'll be angry. Brace yourself.
The mine is managed by a Nord couple, Paktur and Sorli. They live in a cottage with their son, and the rest of the workers live at tents outside.
The outside world means little to us. We'd like it to stay that way.
I'm surprised I'm not dead already.
It does look cold though. This mod adds new houses for the people, and they and you can now go spend evenings at the Chipped Peak and stay warm and cozy for a change. Darkwater Crossing was repopulated when Anneke Gregjumper, an adventurer and a hunter, discovered the Corundum ore vein and founded Golden Rock Mine. She and her husband Werner then built a cottage to live in.
You used to love finding new places.
I still do. I just like to have food waiting for me when I come home.
People heard about the mine and came to work as miners and farmers.
Not much to it, really. We fish and keep to ourselves.
Fun fact! The leader of the rebellion, Ulfric Stormcloak, was captured here, in Darkwater Crossing. Expanded Towns and Cities gives houses for the newcomers, adds a tavern, a general store, and 6 new people to the village. There is also a new hot spring bathing area, which should help the hardworking miners cool down after a workday. South from Windhelm we have Kynesgrove, a small village which lives off mining and selling malachite ore.
An outsider? No reason to stop in Kynesgrove. Keep moving.
The trees around Kynesgrove are sacred to Kyne, the goddess of storm, the mother of men. So I advise you to not even think about chopping wood around here. Imperial sisters Ganna and Gemma Uriel made that mistake and went bankrupt.
Wouldn't even be here if it weren't for my idiot sister.
Braidwood Inn stands next to the mine, and that's where all the townspeople like to spend their pastime. Kjeld owns the settlement and he's taken for a leader. Making the tiny town grow a little larger, the mod adds houses for the Uriel sisters, Rogi, and the mage Dravinea, and also adds 3 more people plus a store. Along the banks of Karth River, there is a small town called Karthwasten. A native reachman Ainethach owns the settlement, which has belonged to his family for generations, and he's having great trouble with different groups of people. When you first enter the village, you will find a group of mercenaries, paid by the wealthy Silverblood family, taking control of the second silver mine. Here you can help Ainethash to keep control of Karthwasten, or persuade him to sell it off to the Silverblood family.
Helping out Ainethash, huh? That I will, stranger. This is more than the Silverbloods are paying us.
Wealthy Silverblood family.
We'll clear out.
Finally, both of my minds are open again.
Expanded towns and cities makes the settlement look and feel like an actual town between the mountains. Shor Stone is named after Shor, the chief of gods. It's located in eastern Skyrim, in the forests of the Rift. It's probably not surprising that also these people get their living by mining ore. Redbelly Mine contains ebony ore and a fuckload of frostbite spiders, so get ready to help out the townspeople if you're up for the task. The settlement is run by a blacksmith called Filnjar, who originally discovered that the mine contained ebony ore in addition to iron ore. Darkwater Crossing's Anneke and Werner's daughter Sylgia also lives here and works as a miner. She'll have you deliver some letters for her parents for a small reward. With expanded towns and cities in your load order, the town gets their own inn and many new inhabitants. As an add-on, expanded towns and cities will also overhaul Orc Strongholds. Here we are at the Dashnik Yal, which has gotten additional houses, merchants, NPCs, and shrines. It makes the strongholds feel more busy, and I definitely recommend this add-on, especially if you like to play as an orc. All in all, Expanded Towns and Cities version 14.3 is a good mod if you value immersion, and as an avid screenshotter, this mod is great for pictures. As I said in the beginning, this was a review of the old version and not the in-progress new version, which the author says isn't even the same mod anymore. The new version includes so much more content, like quests, dialogue, and extensive changes to the town layouts and landscape, and I can't wait to try it out when it's more complete. At the moment, only 4 places are done so far, and it's a huge project. Go check out the Nexus page for expanded towns and cities. Thanks for watching, and if you still crave more Skyrim content after nearly 9 years of the launch, subscribe to the channel because I'll be here to provide some relief to the craving. See you!